fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
All right, boys and girls, it is time for State of the Atmosphere. Of course, we got the pop culture update. Venom rides into the theaters and has a strong opening. We also got the Sweeney spot as part of that. And we're going to finish up the Halloween party. It's the finale of that Halloween party tonight on State of the Atmosphere. All right, it is time for State of the Atmosphere. I'm your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and I'm joined with my colleagues, Knock and Das Wolfen tonight. Knock, how are you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. A lot of scary movies and football right now.
Scary movies and football. What a combination, man.
Yeah.
What a combination. The football's been good, hasn't it? Oh, my
It has
gosh.
been fantastic.
Wow.
This next month determines the college football playoffs.
Pretty
the
much.
very first one, 12-team
Yes,
college
sir.
football playoff. It's the last month of the regular season. So.
It's going to be a fight for the ages. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. What's going on, John? How you doing there, brother?
Doing pretty good.
Well, good. That's good to know, man. Of course, you know, we're in the middle of our Halloween celebration. I love Halloween. That's why we're doing it over a 3-week period. Plus, we were going over the top 100 horror movies, at least according to Variety's writers. And we haven't agreed on where these places, you know, where they need to be. Some of them are lower than they should be. Some of them are higher than they should be. But we're going to finish going over it. We've got 30 more to do, and we're going to get to it tonight. But we're going to start, like we usually do, with the pop culture update as soon as we check in on the chat. And, of course, you know, we've got our people here. Vince is hard at work. He can't get enough of that LFG. He can't get enough of it. And he's putting out all the links for everybody. Thanks a lot for doing that, Vince. I appreciate it. You're the hardest working guy in the biz. And then we've also got Kay in the house. Good to see you. I don't know where your boyfriend is. He probably slept in today, I guess. Of course, he's on the West Coast. He's 2 hours behind us, 3 hours behind Knox. So, you know, who knows what's going on with him. But anyway, we will get started with the pop culture update, boys and girls. If I can find the friggin' intro for it. I mean, I swear, my stuff has just been moved around so much. I can't keep track of all of it.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
All right, you know how we usually started with the box office receipts. Of course, Venom was the top movie at the box office this weekend. It made $51 million at the box office domestically, but it made a lot more than that worldwide. Let me tell you, it's been knocking it out of the park worldwide, and it hasn't even opened completely worldwide yet. I think it just opened in Germany. Yesterday or something like that. I can't remember exactly when they're either that or this week they're going to open there. But anyway, 51 million, they got the lion's share. And then Smile 2 got 9 million. Wild Robot still making money at number 3 with 6 million. Conclave, which is more of a realistic movie about the Conclave, which is picking a new pope. That movie, it's got Ray Fiennes and what's my guy's name? I can't remember the other guy's name that's in it, but he's a British actor that's really good. Usually plays bad guys. Or no, it's Stanley Tucci, right? Yeah. I always confuse him with Mark Strong. Why do I do that? They look a lot alike when they shave their heads, dude. They really do. I always get those guys confused. But anyway, that really good actors in this one, but this is something I can wait until it, comes on video to watch. And We Live in Time is number 5. And what I was talking about with Venom, it swings in with 175 million globally, opening with monster assist from overseas international box office. And like I said, it hasn't opened in every market yet. Now Knock went and saw this, and I want him to go ahead and give his review of it. But remember this, when you hear Knock's review of it, he doesn't read comic books and he's not a Venom fan. Okay. So you got to remember that when he gives his review of it. Okay. Knock, go ahead and tell him what you thought of the movie without spoiling it for anybody.
I can't believe Spider-Man dies. But yeah, it's crazy. No, this is a really good popcorn movie for sure. I watched this after a really long day out and watched this at the end of the day and on Saturday, and no, it was really nice. I had really good seats for it, and I liked their relationship between those two, the symbiote and Tom Hardy, and yeah.
That's always that's what I've heard is that's the best part of the show is the banter between those two guys, Venom and Tom Hardy, right?
And they're playing. It's called Last Dance, so it's kind of a swan song for their relationship, kind of thing. So we'll see what happens, though.
Yeah. From what I'm hearing about, and I'm like I said, I'm not a hater of Venom or anything like that. I just didn't go see the first one because it didn't have Spider-Man in it. And I just didn't understand. Of course, I'm looking at it from a comic book perspective. Everybody looks at it from their own perspective. And I just didn't understand how they were going to do it without Spider-Man. But from what I'm told, these movies are pretty good.
Easy. Pretend he doesn't exist.
Right. Pretend Spider-Man doesn't exist. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, but a lot of people are liking this movie, man. And it's not doing as well in the States for some reason. I don't know why that is, but globally, it's making a lot of money. So we'll see how that one does over the upcoming weeks here. Let's see. The next one we got here, tentative settlement reached in Roman Polanski's 1973 LA rape case. Apparently this guy is actually going to get a settlement after he had. Now this was a statutory rape charge. Okay, guys, this wasn't. I mean, a lot. You've heard a lot of celebs argue for this guy, and I don't understand it. But the girl was not of age, and he has not been back to America since he left the country running from this. And he's made some good movies. I wouldn't be surprised if Rosemary's Baby is up in the top 30 horror movies that we see here. He made that movie. And of course, one that we gave Knock to watch last year on the Knock list, Chinatown. He directed that one too. So this guy's talented, but this has always hung over his head like a cloud. And it looks like
you guys gave that to me last year, but I didn't watch it until this year.
Right. But you did watch it. You told me you liked it, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. He's, like I said, he's a talented director. If you ever watch Rosemary's Baby, it's a scary movie, and it's kind of like a cult flick, kind of thing. But he has been on a lot of people's bad list for a while now. Stepping back a second, Vince says release day for Venom 3 in Germany, October 24th. Really? So it already opened. I heard it hadn't opened in some market that's supposed to be coming up. The scene where Venom hooks up with Uncle Ben was so heartwarming. Really? You guys are spoiling this thing? Similar to the Joker without Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to, but But from what I understand, they've leaned into the banter between Venom and Eddie Brock, and that was always a thing in the comic books. It was always there. It wasn't the major thing, but apparently they really leaned into it with these movies, and it makes it something fun to watch, right? So yeah, I'm gonna watch him at some point. It's just I haven't reached that part where there's something I'm not watching. As a matter of fact, me and Rhonda put a bunch of shit on the back burner so we can revisit the first half of the 5th season of Yellowstone, because here in like 2 weeks it's going to be out again. So the second half of the 5th season is going to be out. So yeah, I'm kind of stacked up with stuff to watch. But anyway, you got any thought on this one, John? I doubt Knock knows anything about this guy other than the movies maybe he's made. But what do you think of this? Right here, Polanski.
I'm disappointed there's a settlement and it doesn't include him going to jail.
Right. That yeah. I mean, yeah, it's kind of bad. This guy did a bad thing. But then again, he's not Diddy level, that's for sure.
No.
This was an underage girl that had consensual sex with him, but by law, it's not consensual sex. You know what I'm saying? Because of the age of the girl. So yeah. Okay. If he'd have done this in a foreign country, he wouldn't have gotten no trouble. But he did it in the U.S. where it's illegal. Okay, the next one we got here, Star Wars movie with Daisy Ridley loses screenwriter Stephen Knight. He walked away from the project. This, I swear, I don't even know if this is ever going to get made, man. You guys are probably going to laugh at me, but like I said, we don't poo-poo on what people like, but I would really like them to make a successful movie with this chick, because I do like the actress. I think she's cool. I don't know. The first one I liked, but the 2 subsequent movies left a really bad taste in my mouth, and I'd like to see a redemption arc type story for her, you know what I mean? But apparently Stephen Knight is not going to be the guy to write it. What else has he done? You're a big Star Wars fan. What do you think of this one here?
I don't know what else he's done. I don't know this guy.
Yeah. But
no, I'm just like, literally, does
the
it
fact
tell?
That it's getting backed up. This is going to back it up.
That I don't care about, because it's going to come out when it comes out. What has this guy done? Like, is there a list below or anything?
Let's find out. Stephen Wright.
Depending
Knight.
On what it is.
Peaky Blinders. A lot of British stuff.
Hang on. Let's see. Stephen Knight. Let's take a look and show the folks what he's done.
Like you realize that there's a difference between if he did whatchamacallit. Was he a writer on whatchamacallit, the last show?
Well, the ones that he's known for is Serenity, Eastern Promises. Eastern Promises is a good movie. That's a good flick. I enjoyed it. Have you guys ever seen it? I feel pretty sure that John's seen it.
That's a different Serenity. Sorry,
it's not that Serenity. No,
no. Never mind.
Yeah, this is the
whatever
weird ass freaking movie with Matthew McConaughey and yeah.
Never
very
mind.
Strange. I saw the trailer for that and was like, what is this, man? Dirty Pretty Things I've never seen, but Eastern Promises, now that one I've seen. That's Viggo Mortensen's movie with a guy that's been on this list we've been looking at. I'm pretty sure that's David Cronenberg, isn't it? I believe it is. I think he made that movie, didn't he?
I think so.
I think he directed it. Yeah, David Cronenberg, the guy that did The Fly, that you're going to review later on tonight. Eastern Promises is really good, man. That's about the Russian mob. It's a good movie. It really is. But yeah, but the other things on his list I have not seen. So there you go. But judging from Eastern Promises, he could have written something pretty good. I do like that movie right there. So, but the main point here is that it's getting backed up, and these things have been getting backed up and backed up and backed up. Vince says, Daisy has a nice body. Her acting in Star Wars 7 was kind of meh. Never seen her in anything else. Yeah, she's She's been making movies, but they're all independent films.
She did. I forgot the name. She did that one with Tom Holland that was pretty good, where they all have like they can't their emotions. All the men, like all the women have died, and all the men have their faces expressions on their like their thoughts.
Thing, right?
Yeah. She was like the only. She was the only woman on the planet.
Right. Hang on. Yeah, and they could read each other's thoughts, right?
Well, they see it in front of their face. They couldn't hide their thoughts.
Yeah.
Everything was put out in front of them.
Let's see. Daisy.
I did watch that when it first got to digital. It was pretty decent, but
but just like you were, just like everybody else. Nobody went to see it in the theater. Nobody went to see it in the theater. The thing is, can she sell a movie? There's nothing but Star Wars ones on here. Murder on the Orient Express, and the name of that movie, I feel like was. Let's see.
As soon as I hear it, I'd recognize it, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. Was it Chaos Walking?
Yes.
I think it's Chaos Walking. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do want to see that one. I thought the trailer looked interesting to me.
It's not a bad movie. It's not at all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. There's one you can check out there, Mr. I've never seen her in anything else. I haven't either, by the way. Most of her stuff, if you look at that list, it's all independent films that she's been doing.
Or British stuff.
Yeah. The last one she put out was, I think, well, maybe these have come out already, but the last one I heard about was this one, the Marsh King's Daughter, and it's some independent film. I don't even know what it's about or anything. It says a woman seeks revenge against the man who kidnapped her mother. So, anyway. That one got backed up. He's here now, so we can play. Yeah, sure. He checked in with us way earlier today at about 12:40 his time, but he is now here, so we can now make this live stream official.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim is here, boys and girls.
Run away! Run away!
Right, run away! Run away! But anyway, yeah, so the Daisy project has been backed up, so we're not going to see that one for a while. They got to get a new writer, and like I said, I'll be surprised if we ever see this movie, but I would like to see a redemption arc for that character. I really would. Because they did it. I mean, it was so bad the way that trilogy ended. All right. The next thing we've got going here is Disney unveils Marvel's 2025 teaser, including Daredevil, Ironheart, Wonder Man. I didn't even know they had a Wonder Man project going, and Eyes of Wakanda. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do my magic and set this up, and we're going to take a look at it. Sound good, man? Sounds like good. A winner? Let's see. I should have had this open already. This actually, I think they dropped it on the internet, but I think it was part of the end of the Agatha television show. So, all right, enough. Stop that. Sorry about that blinging, guys. Sometimes OBS can be a pain in the butt. Sometimes it can be a pain in the butt. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let me do my magic here.
Do it.
I'm fitting to do it, bro.
Do it.
Pause. Let's get that playback speed about here. And then let's blow it up full screen. And then we will get to it. If I can get this thing to pause, God, I hate that. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Full screen. And you guys let me know if there's any echo or anything. Okay. Get the sound on, and here we go. This is the sizzle reel for Marvel in 2025.
I brought you here to offer you an opportunity.
Oh, I smell what you're stepping in.
Are you going to play it, or are we just listening to it?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I am so retarded. I was so busy setting everything up, I forgot to put it up.
Guys, it's the greatest reel that you'll ever
the greatest reel you'll never see. That's it. All right, here we go.
I brought you here to offer you an opportunity.
Oh, I smell what you're stepping in. It's gonna get good.
Now, I've heard good things about this right here.
You've come up in the world. I can say the same about you. I wonder if your darker half would agree.
I hear that this conversation they have in the show is like the conversation that Patino and De Niro have in Heat. You know what I mean? They both know who each other is, and they're pretty much calling each other out. You know what I'm saying? You've seen that before, haven't you, Knock?
I've not seen.
You've not seen Heat? Ooh, you need to see that.
I think I've seen. I'm not sure if I have seen.
But there's a scene in there where both of them are sitting with each other at a coffee shop, and they're letting each other know what was going to happen, right? But anyway, I'm hearing good things about Daredevil. I heard they scrapped everything they were doing and they leaned into their R rating. This is supposed to be now. I know I love the Netflix show, how grounded it was and how gritty it was. This one, apparently they're planning on doing it the same way. And the one thing I do like, the costume is red. He's back in his red costume. So that's a plus. Looking forward to that. Let's see what else they got here.
But is he still blind?
What kind of a lawyer are you?
He is still
a really good one.
Okay. I didn't take that.
Miss me.
It's like a Spider-Man animated series.
Build something undeniable.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
The gender-bent Iron Man, called Ironheart. We'll see how that goes.
Animations look awful.
Yeah, they do. They do.
CGI. Do we call it CGI still? I don't know what we call it.
I don't know. Do you guys enjoy the What If stories?
Oh, What If is awesome. It's so good that they brought back the zombies. Like, that's sick. Yep. It's so good, dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can select whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man. I was born to play this character.
And we both have a lot riding on this.
Oh no. The fake what's my guy's name from
Mandarin.
Iron Man 2? The Mandarin.
Trevor
He's
Slaughter.
back. Oh my god. What is this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Oh my god.
Is that the same universe guy, or is it just a happenstance?
Well, it's the same guy. Yeah, it's the same guy.
Cool.
You didn't see he was coming in
to
audition for the part. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if Wonder Man. I don't know the history of Wonder Man. John, can you enlighten us on Wonder Man and what he does and who he is?
Wonder Man has what they call ionic powers, but he's an actor and he does he used his abilities to help propel himself in Hollywood.
There you go. See, that's I knew he was an actor. That's why I wanted to hear what this premise was looking like. But yeah, that makes perfect sense. So this might be a good use of that character. The way he's been used before. Now in Iron Man 2, he totally pissed me off because the Mandarin's a great fucking bad guy in the comic books, and they made him a joke in the fucking movie.
I didn't actually mind that twist. I thought that was an interesting twist.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people like it, some people don't. I was looking for the Mandarin, man. That's what I was looking for, and we got that thing. But Shang-Chi,
yeah, that ruined it.
That was kind of weird, But this could be good. This could be good. This could be a good use of that character. So we'll see what happens. Let's see.
Don't mess this up. I know.
I am ready.
It's an animated Wakanda show.
Yep, Wakanda.
Long road ahead of us. Much to do.
In the Oval Office?
And there you go. That is it.
So this is what they're using as their excuse to hike up the prices more. Got it.
I suppose. But and I got to thinking about this earlier today, man. You know, not everybody is going to enjoy everything. For instance, when it comes to comic books, I don't read every comic book that comes out. Okay. Some people are walking encyclopedias of comic books, like John and like Keith from Pop Culture Minefield. These guys know everything when it comes to comic books. But they will tell you that there's certain books that not a lot of people like. I mean, for instance, Guardians of the Galaxy was not a hit comic book when it came out at all. And, you know, James Gunn took those characters and elevated them in a great way. I'd say that just to say this. There's certain things like, you know, when it comes to Star Wars, I didn't watch some of the series because I just didn't like the premise, you know. This one, like, Knox all frustrated that I won't watch Agatha, and it's not my bag. I'm not interested in it. But some of this stuff looks really good. The what if stuff and the zombie stuff looks really good to me. Daredevil looks good if what they're saying is true and they're taking it back to its Netflix roots. But I would caution everybody, don't watch She-Hulk. What's the Archers series? Hawkeye
was great.
Hawkeye's great, but they punked the Kingpin in it. You got to admit they punked the Kingpin in it.
They punked him even worse than Echo.
Now, if you now Echo
and
was
don't watch
boring.
Echo. Yeah, don't watch
Echo.
Yeah. You know,
I gave up on it. I couldn't even finish watching it. I was so bored.
Yeah. Let's see. Trevor is back, and way I like the misdirection in Iron Man 3, but I think he's talking about Iron Man 2, but they screwed up how they did it. Yeah, I got you. Another misdirection would have been good, like the kind did in the deleted scenes where the proper Mandarin, not Guy Pearce, confronted Traver. Really? I didn't even know that was Go ahead.
There's a Marvel one-shot.
Mm-hmm.
The shorts that used to come out with the movies. So like a Marvel, on the next movie, there'd be a Marvel one-shot that would come out.
Mm-hmm.
The one for Iron Man 3 sets up, it torques me off they never did it, but it sets up the real Mandarin.
Oh, wow. That would have been cool. Yeah.
The Mandarin sends somebody to kill him, or either kill him or take him hostage, to take him to see the Mandarin.
Yeah.
At the end of that.
I got it.
One shot. So it's I think Tale to the King.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you know, there's stuff on this that looks good to me. There's stuff I'm going to give Wonder Man a try because we already know that guy's an actor and you know, that's going to be interesting. Eyes of Wakanda's animated. But if I'm going to watch something animated, I'll watch What If. But What If is great.
Looking forward to What If.
Enjoy that.
What If is really nice because not only do they have like the actual actors' voices in it, the stories are really good too.
Yeah.
And they're what ifs, right? They're like, what if this happened?
They're one shots.
We always enjoy those.
Yeah. Some of the what if stuff showed up in the MCU though, like in the Scarlet Witch one. You know, the Doctor Strange, Captain Carter showed up, right? But anyway,
and they're bringing the zombies back. They're literally making a show about the zombies because bringing them
Marvel
back.
Zombies is a big thing in the comic books. I knew they were going to bring that back, buddy. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it was received so well in the What If show that they brought that's what propelled it to being brought back.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we've got, but bottom line, you know, judge for yourself what you want to see and what you don't want to see. I'm not watching Ironheart. I can tell you that right now. I'm not watching Ironheart. I'm not going to watch that show.
I don't feel like I'm going to relate to that one.
It's
no. We are still clamoring for a Star Wars What If as well. By the way.
Yeah, that would be nice. You know, I thought Tales of the Jedi was supposed to be something like that.
No, Tales of the Jedi are actual backstories.
Okay.
Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, they're just backstories. Extra content.
Could we consider the Disney trilogy a What If? Could we do that?
Sure.
Could
what
we
if
retroactively debunk it? Could we do that?
Can we make it a never if?
What if Disney? What if Disney ever took over Star Wars? Let's
what if
imagine.
ever? Right. All right. Next up, we got. What's that?
Today's the anniversary of Disney taking over Star Wars.
Is it? Oh, bummer. Anyway, way to bring down the energy, John. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, boo.
Boo. Anyway, I am a fan of this character. I have not watched this show though, because I watched the first episode and they were making Jack Ryan seem like he was an action hero, which he's not supposed to be. But from what I hear, this is, oh yeah, Vince says rip Star Wars. Yeah. But anyway, they're making a movie. The guys that make the series are making a movie. John Krasinski to star in Jack Ryan movie at Amazon MGM Studios as franchise enters new phase of series extension. Wendell Pierce returning and Michael Kelly in talks. Yeah, man. My brother tells me I need to go ahead and watch this show, even though it's not the Jack Ryan that I'm used to from the books. And I see John down there going, yeah, you need to watch that show.
Yeah.
I watched the first season and it's awesome. I just never got around to watching the other seasons.
I got you. Yeah.
Second season's not as good, but the third returns to form.
If they're making a movie with Jack Ryan in it, I'm going to want to see it though. So I'm going to have to do homework. I'm going to have to catch up and see what's going on in the Jack Ryan universe.
But does Harrison Ford come out as the president?
Oh, please. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
It would be kind of funny.
All right. We have some video game news, guys. Let me get back over here. Ubisoft has disbanded the Prince of Persia Lost Crown development team. So apparently that one is I think this game has already come out, but they're not going to have any.
It's just a side scroller. That's not a big deal.
Yeah,
nobody bought it.
Nobody bought it, so they're not going to have any DLC components or anything like that. This has been in the news here lately a lot. Dragon Age Veilguard described as piece of garbage and the tombstone for BioWare. I don't know. I've watched some of the gameplay on it, and it does look kind of PS3 to 4-ish. But the big thing a lot of them are getting annoyed about is that it's ultra woke. And when I was looking through this, I mean, there's characters in this fantasy story calling themselves non-binary. They're using today's language in a fantasy story. And, that kind of takes you out of the world you're in, doesn't it? I mean, but when I scrolled down, I saw this headline as a side story. Apparently, in the character creator, you have options for top surgery scars. Do we need this in a video game, guys? I mean, who is that for? I don't.
It's for people that don't actually play video games.
Yeah. So why put it in a video game? I don't get it. And Ubisoft apparently knows that this is going to have some controversy when it comes out, because one of the franchises that you guys really dig so much you had me play it, and I'm about to, after I'm done with Brutal Legend, I'm going to start playing the second component of it. They're already talking Mass Effect will never look like Dragon Age Veilguard, according to the BioWare director. So they're already bracing for bad karma with this game when it comes out.
It comes out tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I've seen some of the video on it, and look, I played one Dragon Age game back in the day, and I don't know what they've evolved into.
Yeah, I never really got into Dragon Age.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go ahead. You've played them. I mean, you tell me. What do you think?
It's a mediocre fantasy game.
Yeah. If I want to play fantasy, I'll play the Dungeons and Dragons when it came out.
They peaked with Knights of the Old Republic and with Mass Effect. After that, Dragon Age is okay. It's a serviceable fantasy game, but each game got worse.
Yeah.
Dragon Age Origins is enjoyable. After that, they're just kind of going through the motions, so to speak.
I hear you. Well, after playing Mass Effect, I'm And from what I understand, the last Mass Effect game didn't go over very well. Did I hear that?
There was some development issue. So the last Mass Effect Andromeda was a standalone game. Basically, it was it was like an arc where they sent multiple ships across the galaxy, and they're hundreds of years into the future or something like that. So it has literally, aside from the species and there's nothing really attaching it to the original games.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not really the fourth game, but just a fourth game of the.
Are you looking forward to the fifth one?
Always. Oh, dude. So Andromeda got flack because it was underdeveloped.
Oh yeah.
There was issues with like the faces, the animation, and other stuff like that.
So
and
they mailed it in.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
So and then the fact that it wasn't a continuation of the story of the story wasn't that bad. You're going to a new place to set up civilization and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a different story.
Okay. So it's Season of the Witch. It's the Season of the Witch of the Mass Effect universe.
If it had succeeded, it probably would have produced another couple games in that universe, that new universe. But because there was a lot of open-ended stuff that some of the ships are never. I think, John, are you familiar with the game?
Yeah, I played it.
So were there still some ships that weren't found?
Yeah,
and we learned nothing about, and we probably could have if there was other games, maybe.
Yeah, they were saving it for like DLC and stuff.
Yeah, and that stuff never happened. So there was definitely some open-endedness in it, but I thought it was fun.
Extremely buggy.
That was especially when it first came. It came fine after patches and stuff, but
yeah,
it was like for me, it was a planet building game, because basically what you did is you went to a planet and then you activated the life-giving properties of a planet, basically on the planet.
Mm-hmm. Wow!
And so you made them more habitable. And then you had bases that you would kind of like your ship on Black Flag, except it's a colony, right? You build it up, you provide resources for it, you go out and explore the planet, and then you eventually make it so that planet is habitable.
Yeah, gotcha.
Which is really cool. I'm always a fan of things where you build your environment, you build up you start out with a shack,
John
and then
is.
you get a
that's
house,
for sure.
and,
yeah, he loves doing
and
it.
then you get more people, you get more, stuff like that is always, when you affect change in a video game, that's such a cool feeling.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Fable.
Absolutely,
every action you had an effect on your character and how the world interacted with you. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
One of my favorite things that I remember most about. Sorry, Joe. Just one last thing.
It's fine.
One of the favorite things I liked about Fallout 4, John, and I'm sure you saw this too. Every time you came back to your colony, your first one at the first little town, the house that you guys you see the guys hammering on the first house. It always had more things attached to it. The more the further you got on the game, like they were actually fixing it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
really
stuff
cool.
like that. It's details, man.
Little details, man. And apparently Andromeda didn't have it, right?
No.
Let's see, Vince, and this is the top surgery article he's talking about. That makes no sense in a world where magical healing exists, right?
You can just use magic to make them go away.
Yeah. The golden years of BioWare. This is exactly what John said, Soul Assassin. It's good to have you, man. He said they're long gone. KOTOR and Mass Effect made them. Vince says there is another game that is hailed as a spiritual successor of Mass Effect called Exodus. I've never played Exodus. Like I said, Mass Effect, my first experience was this last year. So,
well, Andromeda was so buggy that Bethesda went, "Damn, I'm glad we didn't make it."
Right. That's bad. That's bad. I hear you. Okay, let's get done with the pop culture update here. We got a few more stories here. Lanterns, which is the HBO show. Kelly MacDonald joins the DC series in Return to HBO. She was on Boardwalk Empire, if you remember, when it was on.
I gotta finish that show.
Yeah, and it was a good show. It wasn't on very long, but it was good. The 8-episode Lanterns is produced by HBO. McDonald, let's see. Hang on, I lost my place. In association with Warner Brothers Television, Monday, who serves as showrunner. That isn't what I was looking for. Where is it? It says what she's doing in the show down here. I'm sorry.
Who she's playing?
Yeah. She's playing a local sheriff, but why did it disappear on me? Did I go too far down? Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, Sheriff.
Yeah, here it is. McDonald will play Sheriff Carrie, a no-nonsense woman deeply devoted to her family and close-knit town. Her resilience, shaped by a complex past that's hardened her resolve, anchors her with community's secrets begin to surface. Now, what's going to happen is Jon Stewart and Lantern legend Hal Jordan, and like we've talked about, this is going to be a cop show. Basically, it's supposed to be. They say it's going to be a lot like True Detective. They're drawn into a dark, Earth-based mystery as the investigation of the murder in the American heartland. So,
it takes place in America.
Yep. Yeah.
Boo.
I mean, they're lanterns. We could do a cosmic story, couldn't we? Right?
All right, do something in space.
That's what you would think.
Earth is boring.
This is a good actress, so that they've got good actors in this thing.
Will there be space donuts?
Right?
Space
Will there
coffee?
Be space donuts? Damn it! Coffee, yes. The Wayans brothers return.
I heard about this one.
To return for Scary Movie reboot. Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, and Keenan Ivory Wayans, who created the parody franchise that launched with the first movie in 2000, are writing the script for the new film. That should be funny.
I'm curious what they're going to make fun of, because there's not really that many good scary movies out that are as big as like Scream was.
They're going to have smile jokes in there, right? I'm sure.
Yeah, but a lot of people like are going to see smile to get the joke.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, it's
it'll probably be Terrifier.
Right, Terrifier will be in there, right? It should be. I mean, you think about the stuff that's been getting. Well, we've been talking about it last few weeks. The newest movie just came out a couple weeks ago. But anyway, but you're right. Nothing is. I would imagine there's going to be some Saw jokes in here. I'm sure there's going to be some Saw stuff. That kind of thing. So, but I like the Wayans. So we'll see. We'll see if they can pull it off again. Next one. This I thought was interesting in the days of AI. Robert Downey Jr. refuses to let Hollywood create his AI digital replica. I intend to sue all future executives who recreate my likeness. He's not talking about the production companies or anything. He says he's going to sue the executives themselves if they do it.
That's all right. Just wait till he dies.
Right? Then you can do it all you want. It'll be public domain. But I just thought that was interesting. He's putting his foot down on that. And it's a big thing with the actors. If you remember during the strike, this was a big thing with them, So you need to keep track of the AI.
I think he just needs some more Oscar Mayer wieners.
Right?
Like I was talking earlier before the show, this hasn't been challenged in court.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact he's a public figure
mm-hmm.
may bypass his wishes. He may not be able to do anything about it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, people meme public figures all the time. I was watching Charlie, Penguin Zero the other day. And he was just watching these parodies they're doing of him in the AI that are just funny as hell, man. And, he's tipping his hat to him, telling him they're doing a great job, But, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. They did that a lot with extras. Yeah, that was one of the things in the contract during the strikes that they were fighting over was image and likeness. Yep, no doubt. And we had some sad news this week. Teri Garr passed away. The Tootsie Oscar nominee and Young Frankenstein star was 79 years old. Guys, this was one of the... I mean, she was like the America's sweetheart of supporting actresses. I mean, she was just, you just smiled watching her, man. She was a lot of fun. My favorite movie with her in it was Tootsie myself, but she's great in everything she's in. Everybody remembers her from Tootsie and Young Frankenstein. Have you ever seen either one of those movies, Knock?
No.
No.
Although I imagine in the future, Young Frankenstein is a possibility.
Yes, you should watch it if you like to laugh, dude. That you need to watch that movie.
There's the only person left alive from Young Frankenstein is Mel Brooks.
Yeah, he's the only one. The guy that wrote it and directed it. Yep.
How you doing, Jed? You were here.
Hey,
good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's Janet from another planet. What's going on, young lady?
Man.
Looking forward to your Halloween show. That's going to be great. I really wish I could be on that one, but I work, so I'm not going to be able to do it. Jed, how are you, man? I'm of course sporting your shirt tonight. So make sure you put the link in there for your shirt.
Okay.
Put it in the chat. You're a wrench. You can do that, right?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
She said, "Thank you." Yeah, you don't have to thank me, young lady. You're great. I really hate the fact that the night you're live streaming, I'm always working. I work on Thursday and Friday nights, but I will continue to watch it. That's for sure. She does the shit show on Friday nights, guys.
Yeah, with Ruben.
When you're done watching John play video games, go over and give them some love on Janet's channel because they do a good job over there on the shit show. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, Teri Garr, she was a sweetheart. Turns out she was diagnosed back in 1999 with multiple sclerosis, and that's what inevitably got her. She's been in bad health for a few years now, and she's been battling it. But she went home, as we like to say. So you will be missed, Teri. You were very funny, and look, she was nominated for a supporting actress award for Tootsie. And if you've never seen Tootsie, it's one of the funniest fucking movies you'll ever see. And yeah, it's great stuff. Anyway, let's move on to. She may be America's sweetheart of supporting actresses, but we've got a weekly spot on the sweetheart of the show. You know that.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that,
Mr. President, Ms.
Sweeney?
To see you.
Have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
Yep, it's time for the Sweeney spot, boys and girls. Let's see what we have here. One thing that came up today was, let's see, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. THR's hot list of the buzziest movies at the AFM. THR meaning the Hollywood Reporter, and AFM is the American Film Market. This is where they show cinemas and stuff, what they're going to be doing in the future. And there's a lot of actors highlighted this year, but one of them is our girl, and they're talking about the untitled Christy Martin movie. That's going to be have a showcase there. The red hot Sydney Sweeney pulls on the gloves and steps into the ring for this based on true story of the 1990s boxing champion Christy Martin. So we've seen pictures of her already as that. Let me go over here. I had this set up for what she did this week, but these pictures of her as Christy Martin, I mean, she's been working out. Look at that arm. Good Lord. I don't want to get in a fight with that chick. Look out. Mm-hmm. She's been building up her arms. I just hope she hasn't been flattening other parts of her body. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what happens when you start working out, you start losing in certain areas, right? But anyway, this is what she's up to now. This is just her running around, checking out different stuff, and her friend acting a butt. And then we've got, I'm not sure where they're at. Let's see. She said, endless gratitude to Luke Combs and Eric Church Music for bringing everyone together with this beautiful concert. Eric Church.
Oh, she went to Luke Combs and stuff. Oh, that's cool.
I don't know who that is, but
country.
The country? Okay, yeah. Got you.
And in church music.
Yeah, there's sound on these, but I'm not going to reshare it for the sound. Yeah. It's just them messing around at the concert.
So it's Eric Holmes' country, and then they went to church. They were had some church music there too.
Listen,
cool.
this is the equivalent of going to a Morgan Wallen concert that I went to last year, and
okay,
lots of babes there. That's for damn.
Lots of babes, huh?
Dude, yeah, Eric Holmes. It's like a babe-a-rama.
It's just it's short shorts and the boots and hats and cowboy hats and all that.
Hey man, something about them shit kickers, man. They can pull the chicks, no doubt about it. Okay, well that's it for the Sweeney spot for this week and the pop culture update. So, yeah, you got here just in time for it, there.
Well, I was gonna say, me being in Arizona the whole time because we're a Western, state, and my uncle Buck had one of the biggest radio stations down here in Arizona, KNIX. So
cool.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Joe, you're never gonna hear me say this normally. I am a huge LA Dodgers fan tonight because if they win, it's over.
You know what?
Baseball is over.
You know what, my brother? I know your reasoning for that because I know you, but I have to tell you that is one of the most beautiful statements you've ever made in your life
because fuck the Yankees.
Because fuck the Yankees. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
I couldn't have said it any better.
Understand. Just understand that if it was the Yankees up 3-1, I'd be saying
you'd be rooting for the fucking Yankees. I know.
Whatever gets this done.
The fact that you said I am a huge Los Angeles
I'm not going to watch the game. I'm going to hope to wake up in the morning and see, oh, they won, and I'll be like, cool.
That is
thank
pop
God.
culture. I should have put an article up about it.
No, you didn't have to.
They won the first 3 games. The Yankees held them off last night, but hopefully they will win it tonight. Hopefully.
even when the Diamondbacks played them, the Yankees tried to cheat. So, but the Diamondbacks still won, so fuck the Yankees. Yeah.
Y'all see that Yankee fan take the ball out of the Dodgers glove? Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Dude, don't interact with the player. Don't do it.
No,
it's just slow fucking class, man.
It's disrespectful, brother.
Let's see. Vince says, after the Teri Garr news, I just had to look up Erin Gray. She is getting up there in age 75 in January. Erin Gray, God Lord.
Well, she was smoking in Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers, yeah. I was trying to place her. For some reason, I always get her confused with the chick that played Wonder Woman in the first TV movie about her. Not the girl that was on the series, Linda Carter. Yeah. I don't know who the girl is that plays her in that original movie that they had on television. I think it was actually on ABC. The first one was. But, and I'm not going to look it up now. Somebody in the chat can look it up. But, I always get those two confused. Okay, we got to get to work because we got to get out of here in an hour and 5 minutes. Because tonight, if you don't know this, guys, I'm going to direct the stream and I'm going to direct you right over to Brian's channel for his show on Sabaton. He has moved It's Only Talk and Roll to Wednesday nights right after my show. And I will be setting up the stream to just carry you straight over there. And if it doesn't work, I want you to go over there anyway. Raid his channel because I'm going to be over there too. You might see my avatar for a little bit while I eat my dinner because we all know I get my steak and egg breakfast about the time this show goes off. But definitely going to be over there for Sabaton tonight. I want to learn about this band I keep hearing so much about. I don't really know their music. I've heard some of it. My son David is a huge fan. But we've got to get on with the Halloween celebration. And we're going to start with Knox reviews of the movies that we gave him on the S list last week. There were 5 again this week. And the first one, now this is in the order that he enjoyed them least to most. And really, from what he told me pre-show, he really enjoyed all of these movies. It's just he put this one last because he didn't feel like it falls under the horror category. And that's M from 1931. He didn't feel like this was a horror movie. He didn't think it was a scary movie. And go ahead and explain why you were telling me that earlier, Knock.
Yeah, no. And like I said, I did enjoy this movie. I thought it was interesting for sure all the way through. Mm-hmm. I thought it was very funny that the criminals were like, we don't want this guy being clumped in with us. So
right.
We better catch him. And I really liked the dude they had in leather. It's like one of the big bosses was really cool. I don't know why I like this character a lot, but no, I thought it was a good movie. I had no idea where it was going. I thought it was going to be a little bit more, about the abductions and stuff like that, and then it turned into we need to find this guy. It turned into a manhunt.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea where it was going, but I enjoyed it. And yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jed. What are your thoughts on?
There's the thing with everybody says Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie and shit. This is more of a Halloween movie. I would always say
I don't see how. I don't see how this is a Halloween movie. There's nothing dark about this movie. It's literally just about
other than it's in black and white.
Yeah. And at one point it's at night. Like this is not a Halloween movie.
By the way, the actress I was trying to think of was Kathy Lee Crosby.
Okay, I forgot.
She ended
all
up doing
about
a variety show with actually the guy that played quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, led them to 3 Super Bowls. What the hell? Fran Tarkington back in the day. But she was the first woman to play Wonder Woman on television. So yeah. So there you go. The next movie that knock was given was Clive Barker's Candyman. And I am a huge fan of Clive Barker. I love this guy. He is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Go ahead and tell us what you thought of this one. The urban the urban legend movie. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is very clearly a Halloween movie. Like it. No, I thought it was a little it was interesting for sure. I mean, who as a kid didn't like I remember this as a kid doing the whole I think it was Boogeyman or something like I can't remember what it wasn't Candyman at that time. It was something else.
Bloody Mary.
Was it Bloody Mary? Yeah, I think I think that's it. But saying that, but it was in a dark garage. We had a bunch of garages that you can go into because we lived on a military base, and they had just storage units. We lived in an area with a bunch of houses, and then they had just a separate area where they had all the storage units at. So as kids, we'd be running all over the place, unsupervised because that's what you do as a kid.
Yes, of course.
And but I just remember that, hey, go into that dark storage and say the name 3 times, kind of thing. So that hit right up that alley where like just say it 5 times or whatever. And then the fact that she like turned it around on people and then became it was probably I wasn't expecting that turnaround where she started using it against people, which I thought was pretty good. And she was a pretty good looking actress too. Chick in here too. So I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah. Dude, I love this movie. Tony Todd, he makes the convention circuits. He was here in town a couple of years ago at the GeekCon convention here. This guy is a mainstay of the convention.
Hang on, Jed. Hang on, Jed. John really wants to say something.
Yeah, I've got to go.
Okay.
DoorDash completely screwed up our order, and they gave me the wrong order.
Okay.
And the DoorDash guy turned off his phone,
sons of bitch.
So it wouldn't even let me text him.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
I've got to go to Firehouse to go pick up our actual order. So
okay.
Have a good night.
I'm sorry, John.
All right, man.
I'll see you over at the Sabaton show.
Over there on the Sabaton stream. Okay, man. Yep. Take care of yourself, brother.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Sucks. That
really does suck.
Oh, that sucks. But anyway, look, guys, this movie to me it's iconic. I love it. Let's see.
To be honest, and I'm going to be honest about this, I haven't talked to him recently, but I was trying to because I've known Tony Todd ever since I met him when the first movie came out, and I've kept touch with him over the years. So I've been trying to get him on the Archivist for a while, but he was doing Broadway and a bunch of other stuff at the time, so I couldn't get him on. But Tony Todd is awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
He's done so much cool stuff in geekdom. He's done Justice League, he's done The Flash, he's done Candyman, he's done multiple things.
Yep.
So over the years,
absolutely.
This is one of my favorite horror movies, and Farewell to the Flesh is not that bad either. No. So if you go and there's 2 other movies, not bad.
No. Okay.
But this original
I've never
one,
watched any of the other ones, but
Yeah,
I've watched this one, and it's great. Okay, the next one he's got is The Invisible Man. The
Yeah, I'm
original,
interested to hear what he said.
1933.
Yeah, Vince.
Claude Rains. Of course, anybody that's seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show knows that Claude Rains is the Invisible Man because of the lyrics of the song at the beginning of the movie. But anyway, thoughts on this one, Knock? The Invisible Man.
Yeah, this was the first I watched this week, and it was mainly because it was the shortest, and that was the one I had the time for that day.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was interesting. His I want to say completely slow descent into badness, but it just cracked me up how quickly he went to, okay, we're gonna start with maybe some small deaths, and then we'll go to some big deaths. Like it just the way he just so nonchalantly brought that guy into his confidence just cracked me up. And then he starts messing with people, and then I thought it was such a weird situation where he just went to some tavern. It was just like, I'm just gonna try to make everyone leave me alone kind of thing. It was kind of weird, but it was, I don't know. I did enjoy this one.
I'm glad.
Just to see the different. There's another point I wanted to make. Oh, the when they were trying to give ideas on how to catch him.
Mm-hmm.
And they had all because they seem to want to answer a lot of questions on what could stop him, like what he can and can't do, and he would even rattle some stuff off that he's tested and things like that. So it's always one of those things where people discuss after the fact as what he can and can't do, and they were kind of giving it all away.
Yeah, right. Well, I tell you, this is one of the big universal monsters. I mean, he's shown up in so many things. Yeah, my man Vince, the double feature picture show. Man, that song is great, dude. What's up, awesome one? But yeah, the Invisible Man has shown up in so many different things, man. He was even in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, and then Chevy Chase had his own.
Yeah, he had his version of it. Kevin Bacon even played him once. Hollow Man, right?
Hollow Man. I remember that when it first came out. That was I really enjoyed it.
It's been redone so many times, man. It's different things. It's very cool. But the original, man, it's a great one too. That's the original is the reason why this story keeps getting retold because it's so good. Yep. And then next on his list was Psycho 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he was like, he asked me before the show, he goes, is that the same guy playing Norman Bates? I was like, yeah, that's him. That's the same guy from the original movie.
I kind of assumed it was, but I didn't actually look it up, and I was like, man, yeah, that kind of continuity always gets to me. Like I always like it. I always like it when they do that kind of stuff. That's why I like Cobra Kai so much because it's the same people. Mm-hmm. But no, this one was cool. They brought him back, and they made it in this movie to where you felt bad for the guy, and you were rooting for him, and then you come to find out that he's got people trying to make him go crazy, which I thought was really clever. Mm-hmm. Kind of thing, and then you find out there's another factor in this, someone else, which so yeah, I thought it really caught my attention. This movie, it really kept my attention the whole time.
Well, you've seen both of them now, right? You've seen the original.
I have, yeah. I did. I watched. That was one of the ones from last year. Yeah,
right. So, what did you think of this as a sequel? Did you think they built?
I thought it was great.
Really well on.
I thought this was.
I thought they did too.
Oh yeah, all the same location, and it's a different time, but it's the same. He's trying. It's someone that you can. I feel like anyone with any kind of addiction can appeal to this movie would appeal to them, right? Because you understand that he is trying his damnedest to hold back,
be normal. Yes, to do. He's got feelings for the girl, right? And yeah, it's pretty cool.
And so you feel for him like that, and so I thought he did such a good job acting this one, and he would have his crazy moments, and and then the girl, kind of coming around, but a little too late, unfortunately, and it sucks the ending. But it's I'm kind of curious. Did she die in the end, or did he just like paralyze her? I'm kind of curious on that one.
Don't know.
Well, that's the question.
It's left to you.
It's left. It's basically left to you.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's see. Vince has skipped the other Psycho movie.
yeah, they're not
and
that great.
Going back one, he said the Invisible Man TV show from 2000 wasn't half bad. Really? I didn't know there was a. Is that a British TV show or?
Yeah, there was
American one or? Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, yeah, Psycho 2. Yeah, I enjoyed that movie. I didn't think I would. I thought it was a cash grab, but yeah, it ended up. It came out the year I graduated from high school. It was pretty good, man. Okay. The top on his list tonight was, of course, another one on the what I consider to be the Mount Rushmore of horror movie directors, David Cronenberg. The Fly, the remake of The Fly, and it's not really a remake. It's more of a I don't want to say reinvention, but it's a reinterpretation, I guess you would call it.
Yeah,
reinterpretation. The Fly. David Cronenberg, of course, is the master of body horror. And wow, does he put on a display in this one. To watch Grundlefly start to come apart is just something else. It's really wild.
It's still the same movie. It's just like a reimagining.
See, I didn't want to use that right there, Vince. Yeah. I don't want to say you reimagining. Yeah. Reinterpretation sounds good.
Yeah, I say reinterpretation. I do agree with it. It's still the same movie. It's just I hate to say modern.
Is it kind of like The Thing and the other thing kind of thing where it's a
yeah, there's odes to the original.
Yeah,
there's odes to the original because, like, in the thing, whenever they set the one on fire with the split head, they do the same thing to the original Thing. They set him on fire.
Yeah,
at one point. In this one, the ode is don't they have the famous "Help Me" scene?
Yeah, they do.
Don't they have that in this?
Yeah,
where
they do.
You see the fly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's
yeah, it's different.
And the
Rock,
like
what did you think of this thing? That's what we need to find out.
Yeah, no, for me it had to be Jeff Goldblum in this one was by far my favorite. I did feel it a little weird that this reporter just all of a sudden is willing to go back to this really creepy building with him, but other than that, I felt like they made the relationship a little too convenient. Like apparently she has no inhibitions whatsoever. Like I'm just gonna go to this place with you, and then I start sleeping with you. Like okay, all right, well, whatever. Little convenient there, to force the story, but
God, he was a kid when he made this movie. Good Lord. Wow.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the earlier movies I've seen him in. Other than the other one with the Donald Sutherland, which I didn't. That was the one I didn't like. That's probably the only one on the list that you guys given me so far that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah. You may like the older one though. So.
I don't know. Maybe next year I'll give it a go. But that one I did not like. But no, I dug the story. And you know what the thing is, guys, that when you guys give me this list, and this is generally for what I do in general, I don't like that. You see that right below where it says a brilliant but eccentric scientist begins to transform into a giant man-fly hybrid after one of his experiments goes horribly wrong. I don't read this stuff beforehand. So I literally have no idea where these stories are going.
Yes,
and that's the best part of it is I had no idea where they were going with it. I mean, obviously, once the fly started buzzing around, like okay, he's gonna merge with it somehow, but you don't know what effect it's gonna have. Is he is he just gonna sprout wings when he comes out? So kind of thing, and then you start seeing that slope. But I'm curious how different, if anything at all, would have been different if he had it. I guess not because it was molecular lever, but if he didn't have that scratch on his back, was that just the most prominent change just because it was so a wound or something like that? I was kind of curious on that one, but
so that thing was just the first part of him changing. That was just because when he went in there, when he noticed he goes this thing on his back and he goes, that's weird, and then he picks at it and you saw what happened.
No, he never noticed it until she pointed it out.
Yeah.
But this is the deal.
That's what I meant.
When it comes to this movie, have you ever seen the original one? Vince says here in the chat that the original Fly movie was more of a suspense movie, which it was, but it had some really great practical effects in it, and the ending is as iconic, I would say, as the end of Planet of the Apes. People remember the end of the original Fly big time. Okay. And I don't want to spoil it for you if you're going to watch it one of these days, but
yeah, I'd say that might be one for next year.
Yeah. It's Vince is right. It's more of a suspense story, but the practical effects they used on it, the fly head is something else, man. Wow. It's amazing what they did back then. But the ending, you'll never forget the ending of it. Never forget the ending of it. You will not ever forget the ending of it. Just like most of us don't ever forget. It's iconic. When they show some of the greatest moments in movie history, they always show the end of The Fly and the end of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Oh, always. Yeah. So I'm glad you enjoyed those movies, man. I'm glad to hear you enjoyed all 5 of them. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard for him to put them in order, guys. But he knew for sure The Fly was the favorite out of all the ones we gave him this week. Well, let's get to growing that list, shall we, boys and girls? We stopped at number 30 last week, so that means we're at number 29. And
all right,
what we have here.
Before we start, Joe, I got a small disclaimer. Okay.
Go.
Here's what we got. We're going to have somewhat kind of like 2 lists right now.
Yes.
You guys have 2 more slots for this year.
Okay.
So fill them up. If you want me to watch them this year, I'm going to do one tomorrow night, and I'm willing to do one Friday night, even though it's after Scary Movie or after Halloween. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I'll watch one movie tomorrow, and I'll watch it. The rest of them, I will write down for next year, and I will watch them next year. I will put them on just like I did last year. Okay. I will put them on the shelf, and I will watch them first thing before we even do our first October episode. Yeah. I will watch them.
Yep. Absolutely. Spoilers
right,
for
so that's what you got.
Movie? Well, don't look at the chat then. No problem.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind when we do these 29.
What we'll do, guys, is we'll give him what we think are S tier, and there might be a few. I mean, we're getting down to the best.
I'll write down just the S tier, so you don't have to worry about picking quite yet.
Right,
if those are
and
the
then
movies.
At the end, we'll decide which one
you give me the 2.
That's right.
That's what we'll do. Okay.
Here we go.
Yep.
Number 29. Phantom of the Opera from 1925. Now this is a silent movie, but it is extremely good. I don't think I'd call it S tier, but it is extremely good.
I would say
there's something about this that I've just never wanted to watch, and maybe it's because I played the music a lot when I was in the band, or I don't know what it is. I've never had any interest in.
Well, this isn't a musical. This is just the story of the family.
I know, but still.
Yeah, this isn't. This is the original. So.
Yeah, and that guy is scary as fuck.
And yeah, I've actually played this on the 1 year when we were doing Halloween stuff. I actually played this and Nosferatu 1 year on the Archivist.
Soul Assassin says classic. And Vince has a question for you. He says, "Did you watch the original Blob? Have you seen that one?" He's asking.
No, I don't think that was voted S tier.
No, they didn't vote it S tier. I voted it S tier. Not everybody else did. So, Lon Chaney is always a win. Yes, the man of 1,000 faces. And Lon Chaney Jr. had a very successful. He was the Wolfman, and he had a very successful run in Hollywood as monsters too. The spinoff called The Jed of the Hood was amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on before we move on, because I'm gonna let Soul and Vince here have a vote as well.
Okay.
Do you guys think this is a vote for a must watch? Phantom of the Opera?
Is this a must watch for you guys? Let them know in the chat.
I'm
Phantom of the Opera.
On this because
I don't think it's a must watch. I think it's good. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite Phantom of the Opera movie, and Vince says yes. Of course.
All right, Soul. It's all on you.
I will say this. That's one of the reasons why I put it on the Archivist.
I'm gonna guess this is not gonna be the one of the 2 I'm gonna watch, but I'm gonna put it down for a list and I will watch it next year.
If I felt it was close enough to put it on the Archivist, That's
There you go.
Holy
Wicker Man is
shit!
number
This
28.
movie.
Then number 28.
This movie. Is
I've
an
never
icon.
seen it, so I don't have a vote. You tell me.
Oh,
Jet,
Vince.
you tell them what you think of this one. Is it S tier? Now remember, S tier is top of the top.
Yeah.
Remember, chat. You got to be the equalizer for Jed. I can't go just off of Jed.
Can't just go off.
With John not here, that's kind of my equalizer there.
We gotta have more input. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jed. Make your case for this one.
This one is an iconic movie. This is a cult classic.
Yeah. Didn't they remake it with Nicolas Cage or something like that?
This is, I think this is the one with Cage in it.
No, 73. He wouldn't have been in this.
Oh, okay. So this is the original. This is the original, and then they did a remake with Cage in it.
It's Christopher
Like
Lee.
both of them are just fun to
Soul
watch.
Assassin and Vince. Should he watch this one? The Wicker Man. He said yes, they did.
Yeah.
But should he watch this one? Let us know. We're gonna keep going to the next one because we're kind of up against the clock here. Dracula. Now this is S tier. This is the Universal monster. This is
the original.
This is Boris Karloff. Another on the Mount Rushmore. This is yeah. That doesn't sound too.
That's not convincing enough.
Yeah, that's see what I'm.
Not even an explanation point. That's remember, this is the S tier list. This is not
Dracula.
It's okay list.
Yeah, you need to watch.
No, what? Oh, Soul, was that for Dracula or Wicker Man?
No, I told him to give him an answer about Wicker Man. But I don't need the chat to tell him to watch this.
Oh no! I would say this is S tier.
I feel like the all the classic monster films, and Soul, that's what Soul says. They're all must watch.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm going to end up watching a lot of those. I feel like they're, especially after doing The Invisible Man and a couple, especially these 1930 movies that I've been watching, they've been awesome. Freaks.
Yeah.
I don't think Freaks is Freaks a Universal. I don't think that is.
The 1920s and 1930s were just awesome in movies.
But I did look up the list of of the Universal monster movies, and they look pretty good.
Bela Lugosi is fantastic in this flick, so check it out. It's great.
I would say this is an S tier.
Yes. Okay. Next up, we got The Innocents. Now, I don't know this movie. 1961.
Well, like he said, it's an adaptation or Turn of the Shrew. It's really, really slow.
Mm-hmm.
This version of it.
Yeah.
And it's just so slow at points.
Knock
would get bored with this one.
Gotcha.
Okay, I already know what he would get bored with this one, and he'd turn it off. Yeah,
I'd start playing NCAA or something.
Yeah, dude, he literally what he said. Yeah. Now the first movie here, I love this.
Scream. It's a great movie.
What do you give this, Joe?
Yeah, Scream is a great movie. Of course, another one on the Mount Rushmore of horror directors. The guy that did Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's Scream. It is.
I feel like with this one, I've seen so many of the scenes that it's really just not going to feel like a new movie to me.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not going to really enjoy a lot of it.
I have. I've seen it's on the TV all the time. Obviously, not the good bits, but it's one of those ones
going to ruin some of the enjoyment for you.
That's the opening scene right there.
Yeah, it is.
Right. Yeah. But you've seen that in so many movies and parody movies and all that kind of shit. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's where they got it from the parody.
No, I get that. That's what I'm saying. Like you've seen
put it on your list, but put it on for next year.
Yeah, put it on.
All right, maybe that'll work.
Yeah, because it is S tier, dude. I'm telling you. The first one is.
You know the ones I also you know the one, and I don't know if they'll be on this list, but you know the other ones I've seen, like I Know What You Did Last Summer. Never watched those. I think that's the Jennifer Love Hewitt one, right?
The first one's decent. Don't bother with the second. Yeah.
So.
Oh, Vince says I went and put Scream in S tier. Wow.
I would. I would. Yeah, I would.
That's Wes, man.
But you know what? I think
movies in it. I love.
I think I will, because Scream is like it's like Halloween, right? It's Halloween. This is a Halloween movie.
Yeah. It's like Jason and Halloween.
You'll never have a Halloween without the Scream mask, right?
And it's like it's S tier. Like,
awesome
So
one.
I think it's a good one. For
I
next
hear
year.
you. Everybody's doing this list. Variety made it, so yeah, a lot of people are going through this list this year. The Blair Witch Project.
Okay, I'm going to say this.
I've seen this one. I've actually seen this one.
Okay. How
And
did
it
you
freaked
like
me.
it?
It did freak me out. It did freak me out. The first one.
It
I like this
inspired.
movie.
I did too.
Yeah,
I did
okay.
too.
Yeah.
I'll never watch it again, but not because it was that scary, but at this point, it was. They did it too much.
Yeah. Well,
it was such a phenomenon when it came out.
We
It was
all
like
have
Saw.
two main reasons for watching Jennifer Love Hewitt, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the other end of the spectrum. Awesome one says
Yeah.
garbage. Yes, I completely understand it. But
Yeah,
I think
it's.
I've told you guys this story before.
Well,
I'm not sure if I have, but I got to tell you the story real quick because I damn near fell out laughing. I was talking to a friend at work one time about this movie, and he was saying, "Yeah, I saw it, but I just didn't get it. What was with the guy pissing in the corner at the end of the movie?" I was like, "Dude, did you even watch the fucking movie? What is?"
You gotta watch the end of it. Like,
it was too damn funny, man. But yeah, I thought it was really good. It was the beginning of the found footage genre.
Yeah, this movie basically started the found footage genre. Yeah,
yeah, it was fun. It was remakes of trash. You're absolutely right. But
but like The Sixth Sense, this is a one-time watch.
What was the? I'm trying to remember the name. I've seen it. I just can't remember the name. There was one where they did the I think by found footage you mean when they use a camera. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
When it's actual footage, like you'd shoot on your phone, right?
Yeah. So there was one that they had with the
you've seen it several.
That's it, Joe. That's exactly what I was going to ask. Cloverfield. I saw Cloverfield,
and
that
found
was
footage type movie.
Yeah. Okay,
that
gotcha.
came from Blair Witch, basically.
This was
right.
The first
exactly. Cloverfield was like one of the big production ones of that.
And you didn't even get to see that. The first Cloverfield was just no.
Well, you never saw it. They built up the monster, and when you finally saw him, you're like, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, eh. And then you had 2 sequels to it too, and they're like, eh.
Okay, so Blair Witch, agree. It was cool. It was fun.
It was fun.
But yeah, it's not a rewatch.
The first time, yeah. No, I would say it's low.
Yeah. You can't know anything about it going into it.
My friends and neighbors. This is S tier to me, but that's me. I'm a big fan of the original trilogy, man.
Well, you have 2 legends.
Second of the original trilogy of zombie movies by George A. Romero. The first being Night of the Living Dead. I'm sure it's going to be up higher on this list. I'm sure. But you have Dawn of the Dead and then Day of the Dead. And a lot of people didn't like Day of the Dead. I dig it. I think it's awesome.
Okay, you can't forget Tom Savini on this too, Joe.
Dude, Tom Savini, yes. Well, he does all the makeup in it and he's in it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, dude, Night of the Living Dead, or excuse me, Dawn of the Dead from 1978. And even its remake was good. It's the one that put Zack Snyder on the map. Okay. But the original, with these people trying to survive by going into a mall and setting up camp, it's the one that really reminds me the most of The Walking Dead out of all of those.
Well, they said that's where he got the inspiration from. Was from Dawn of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's
absolutely, man. This is now. Would you agree it's S tier?
A.
No, I mean if it's not, it's not. No.
I would say A, not S.
You'd say A. Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. But
I really
do you have to watch the other ones though?
That's the thing.
No.
It starts with Night of the Living Dead, and Night of the Living Dead is arguably better than this one. It was groundbreaking.
Night of the Living Dead is that's S tier.
Yeah.
I got to be completionist, so
I know, but
if you start it, you'll watch the rest of them.
What, especially when they do the reboot later on in the 90s and shit, it gets
okay. Here's your boy.
There we go. Here we go, Matt. There we go. The Equalizer.
Night of the Living Dead. It was dark as hell. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead is it's a much darker movie. This one was fun. It was kind of fun. It really was.
Oh yeah, there's so much
lighter than Night of the Living Dead. No doubt about it. Okay, good to see you, Matt. Good to see you.
Okay, so I love this
Carnival
movie.
Souls. I don't know about this.
I love this one because it's so corny and funny at times, but then it gets really serious at points.
Okay.
This is I would say A tier.
Okay.
Not S tier, but I've seen this movie, and this is one of the old school from the 60s when the 60s movies started coming out. This was one of the main horror movies of the 60s.
Yep.
So, and it's become a cult classic now.
I've heard of it. I've just
you gotta watch it in black and white, not color, because the color
has it been colorized? Is it one of those
colorized and it got
Oh,
jacked
God.
up? You gotta watch. You gotta watch the black and white version of this.
Okay.
And this movie, funny enough, was made by Mormons.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, this and we
Shores
watched
of the Great Salt Lake. Yep.
Yeah, we actually watched this on The Archivist one year. So
yeah, okay. Cool. That's Carnival of Souls. Check it out, guys.
Yeah, dude, check that shit out.
Black
Sunday.
I don't know this one.
Okay, so this is from Mario. He's Italian horror. Italian horror is very gory and violent and shit.
Right.
And as it got on,
we've seen that on this list.
Okay, so as it got older and older, it got gruesome, more gruesome. This is like kind of, how would you say, start of getting towards that, because it's the 60s, and when you got up to the 70s, they just went balls to the wall. The 70s and 80s, it was just whatever the fuck, like, Cannibal Holocaust and all this other shit. So yeah, this isn't S tier, but I would say A, B, somewhere B, maybe B. Yeah.
This is actually that pick. Now we have the answer to what, because on the let me see if I still have it here.
Oh, that's on the front.
It's on the fucking picture right here at the beginning of it, and it's right here. There it is. And remember, we were thinking it might have been the Wolfman or something. And
I did not notice that was Black Sunday. I was like, who the hell?
It's Black Sunday. There we go. Okay. There you go. Okay. We're getting to the top 20. Get Out at number 20. I have not watched this movie yet. I hear it's good. But,
it has a screwy ending. I'm not going to spoil it for people, but I would qualify this as a psychological horror along with a tiny bit of it's more psychological, but there's a really big twist ending at it. I don't want to spoil it.
I've heard a lot of stuff about it.
Yeah,
I remember seeing the trailer for this and having no desire to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't think Knock would like this.
I still don't have any desire to watch it.
Yeah, we'll skip.
I hear you. Well, like I said, I've never watched it, so
I watched it.
Says never seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I had to.
Haven't watched it. See, nobody's watched this thing.
The only reason why I watched
everybody that has seen it has told me I need to watch it, but I just haven't.
I only went to this time. The reason why I seen it because I had to go on. I took a date to go. The date wanted to go see this, so I was like, okay.
All right.
But it definitely kicked off.
Let's go into hyperspeed mode here.
Skip.
Yep, we're going.
Mummy.
That's the original from 1932. That's S tier. That's a Universal monster.
This is Universal.
So put that on your list, buddy.
This is part of for next year, bro.
The Mummy.
Or if you maybe for next year. If we don't get anything else,
we're not deciding that yet, Jed.
Is that the one with Brandon Fraser in it?
No, this is the original.
All right, got it.
Yeah. 1932.
1932 is when this one came out.
Small Time. That's awesome. Tales from the Crypt is awesome.
Yeah, it is. That is an awesome show. But yeah,
well, they also made a movie
definitely,
too.
Man, this is. I mean, look, the Mummy movies that I'm sure you grew up on as a kid, Knock, were they were spawned from this movie. So, definitely check that one out. It's S tier. The Shining.
S tier.
Yeah, we're getting down to it now, man. Number
S
18,
tier.
The Shining. This is S tier.
And he's already watched this.
I believe I watched this last year.
You watched it last year. I remember this.
Yeah. I don't remember anything about it, but I remember it last year.
Though the Brandon Fraser one is S tier. Yes.
First movie is, not that second or third.
Yeah.
Those are fine,
I too have a little interest in new horror movies, jump scares and gore. Nothing that makes your brain tingle. I'm with you. Shining S tier. Vince agrees with us. Yes. And what's funny about this knock is Stephen King, the writer of the book, hates this version of the movie. He can't stand it. He does not like it at all. And it's made by one of the greatest motion picture creators ever. It's Stanley Kubrick, the guy that did Dr. Strangelove and 2001. Huh?
Next one, because you got to go soon.
Yeah, I know I got to go soon. We got a half an hour. It's going to be fun.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you seen the Simpsons spoofing of The Shining? Hell yeah. Should be a list of all the Treehouse of Horror episodes. I hear you, man. That's cool. Next up, we got Diabolique. Is I guess how you pronounce that. This looks like a French one. Les Diaboliques, 1955. The girls look hot. I don't know what the.
I don't consider this.
Only in France would a man's wife and his mistress team up to do him in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a horror movie for any guy. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I got bored by this movie too. So.
Okay. Well,
if I got bored, Naka's gonna really get bored.
What? This isn't even in the top 10. Are you kidding me?
Oh man!
I watched this for nothing. It's not even top 10. Man,
it's top 10.
That's 2 hours. I'll never get back.
Bullshit! It's only an hour and a half long.
I know.
You're lying.
Well, there was a reason why it was 2 hours for me. Anyways,
he stopped at the part where Jamie Lee was at. He's like, okay.
Oh my god! But anyway, yeah, dude, this is I've told you this several times.
Yeah,
favorite Halloween movie of all time. Favorite
horror
movie.
Soul just said something like huge right there.
Yeah. What's that? If Jed got bored, something is seriously wrong. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Look, Captain Kirk back here trying to kill Jamie Lee Curtis is one of the greatest movies ever.
I might go down the rabbit hole next year with the Halloween movies.
Season of the Witch, bro.
Drink when you're doing it, bro.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Me, if you want to enjoy them, drink when you're doing it. The first two, they're okay. You know what I didn't like about the second one? And this happened just because the genre got bloodier and bloodier. And I blame it on Friday the 13th. Okay.
Yeah. I do.
But this one, there's very little blood in it. There's very little, but it's still a scary movie because of the boogeyman coming to get you, right? Even the H2O movies, he says. That's why I told him to drink. That's why I told him to drink, right? Busta Rhymes fights Mike. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
They get crazy. You're a braver man than me, friggin' Vince says.
I agree with Small Time on this one.
I would argue that Halloween is more influential than Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even though it came out afterwards. I think it is too.
I agree with that statement.
Less is more with some horror. Yes, absolutely. I think John Carpenter's the master of that. He did the less is more thing with this movie and The Fog. You don't really see too much blood in The Fog, but it's scary as all get out, man. It's really cool. All right, let's continue because I could go on about Halloween forever. Don't Look Now from 1973.
This was a gore fest.
Was it a gore fest? Okay.
It was a gore
Julie
fest.
Christie was in this? Wow.
Yeah, Donald Sutherland. Yeah.
Wow.
Like you said, sinister and disturbing cut. It was. This one, yeah.
John is back. How you doing, brother?
Just fine.
Hey.
Yep. Have you seen this one? Don't Look Now? From 1973 with Sutherland and Julie Christie?
I have once, and I don't remember the premise. It's been that long.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, John, real quick, rapid fire here. We need a yes or no. All right, just no explanation.
These are the ones we've given him so far. Go.
Phantom of the Opera.
Yes.
Dracula, 1931.
Definitely yes.
Scream.
No.
Ooh. The Mummy, 1932.
Yes.
Okay. That's
so
what we
scratch
got so
Scream
far.
off your list, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to use that mentality, bro.
Remember,
and you already said you've seen so many clips from it.
That's the reason why
I feel like there's not going to be any real surprises in that one.
That's the reason why I told him to scratch that one off.
But the thing I love about Scream, though, is the scene where the guy explains the rules of horror movies. I think that fucking scene is fucking fantastic, dude.
It has some good scenes, but overall, the overall movie isn't. S tier.
Vince says, "Good man, John."
Scream is better than I Know What You Did Last Summer, though.
Oh yeah, it's better than that.
Yeah, it's better.
But anything's better than that.
Okay, this is very awesome. This is S tier. This is it. I've shown this on The Archivist.
I don't think it's S tier myself, but it's a good movie.
It's high end.
Yeah,
I would rather watch Dracula, the one we.
Oh, I know, but if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't have some of the other stuff.
Yeah, you gotta remember this is It's German. Yeah. It's 1922. It's a silent movie.
Yes.
It's basically the first vampire movie.
Yeah, it is. That's the reason why I put it on The Archivist, because I was like, a lot of the
Vince says, "Watch it, watch it, watch it." He says, "Yes, watch it, watch it."
Yeah,
Nosferatu feels like reality. Yeah, I mean, it's a good movie. I
don't know if
I'm looking forward to the one they're putting out here around Christmas time. Yeah. I think it's a stupid time to put it out, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, what was you guys around when I was doing The Archivist when I did this? Because I like I said, we did this, and a lot of the guys never seen it, and they were like blown away by it.
I would say, even though it's not S tier, once you get done with the ones we give you, if you've got some time, it's definitely worth watching.
Oh, John, you weren't here at the beginning. So what we're doing for this one is we have 2 more movies for this year.
Okay.
Right? So the rest are going to be for next year. Okay. So when we're done, and you can think about it now, but we're not going to discuss it yet. But once we're done with this list, I'm going to read off what I have, and you guys got to pick 2 of them. For this year, I'm going to watch one tomorrow, and I'm going to watch one on Friday, and that's it.
Hey, Christopher.
That is Lunatic, by the way.
I know.
He's just on a different account. Yeah. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see. Soul Assassin says, "Wait, have y'all heard the story about Lauren Bacall being dragged to the Twilight showing by her granddaughter, and instead of smacking her, she gave her a copy of Nosferatu saying it's a real vampire." Wow, that's awesome.
She did.
Yep.
Speaking of awesome, and I really wish my wife was watching this show right now. She's in a meeting right now and she can't see it, but I'll show this clip to her later. Number 13 on this list confirms that Silence of the Lambs is a horror movie. And yes,
it is.
It's S tier. You must watch.
It'd be like that.
And I'm sure that Knock has seen it.
That S is very loud on this one.
Yes, it
is. It is very loud.
This is a fantastic movie. Yep. I loved Hannibal. I actually watched Hannibal first. Really? I didn't know of this. I didn't know of this movie until after I had already seen Hannibal. Yeah. And so going back to this was like, holy shit! I don't think it was that long afterwards.
Okay.
Hannibal, I think, was first.
Jed, what's wrong with you? Why haven't you seen the movie yet?
Jed, I'm not even blaming Kay. I'm not even blaming Kay for this one. This is
on you, Jed. List, bro. But
just to tell you guys, just to tell you guys how great this movie is. There's only been 3 movies in the history of the Academy Awards that have swept the big 5, being Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Actor, and Best Actress. This one got all 5 of them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Both Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins got Best Actors, and the people that Jonathan Demme directed it. He got Best Director. The producers got Best Picture, and whoever. Let's see. I'm not sure who wrote the screenplay, but it wasn't the author of the books.
No. That's Harris.
Yeah, dude, unbelievable. This movie is. It's fantastic.
This is my second favorite Jodie Foster movie.
Yep. Let me guess. Taxi Driver, right?
No, that's actually my third.
Contact.
Yep.
Yeah, Contact's my favorite Jodie Foster movie too. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, mine too.
I don't think I've seen Contact.
Contact's great, dude. Anyway.
Yeah,
oh man.
But anyway, we're on the horror movies right now, though. King Kong, the original from 1933. This is S tier. I don't care what anybody says because he's.
Oh yeah, it is.
He's not as good as Godzilla, but
no,
dude, Beauty killed the Beast. It's said in every remake of this show. Beauty killed the Beast, right?
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
This is where Ray Harryhausen got his start.
Mm-hmm.
Was working on this. He was part of the crew. He wasn't, like the guy that, because I'm a big Ray Harryhausen fan.
Yeah.
If
And
it's
you're
a
talking
regular,
about the
that's
stop motion creator? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
he was awesome.
Didn't he work on Empire Strikes
Flash-
Back too? Didn't he work on that too? No.
Clash of the Titans, though.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans
Jason
is
the
awesome.
Argonauts.
Yeah, Jason the Argonauts, all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
this right here, man, it's amazing what they were doing back in 1933. It's really amazing. This is S tier. Put it on your list, buddy.
This one I'm probably not going to wait until next year to watch, and it probably won't be part of the 2 to watch in the next few days. I may watch this just in general, just because I'm doing that Godzilla kick.
You know what me and Joe are going to say on this one?
Technically,
you already know our answer.
It's S tier.
Yeah,
if for no other reason. If for no other reason.
It's been some years.
You know what time it is. Sigourney Weaver at the height of her powers. What's up?
Yes. Soul Assassin. Technically, King Kong isn't kaiju.
Yeah, technically it's not. Yeah. Let's see.
Yes, Alien is definitely S tier.
S tier. Yeah. And it's a horror movie.
I mean, this is those aliens. Yeah. Fuck that. Fuck those fuckers.
Monster movies. It's one of the greatest monster movies ever made.
Yeah.
Carrie.
Carrie.
1976.
It's good, not S tier though.
But I love the premise of this movie. I love this movie. Like,
it's great.
I love all the variations of Carrie. It doesn't even matter. They're all the same, so it doesn't really matter. But
Weaver was hot in the 90s. Yes, she was.
I consider this definitely a horror film. I mean, she goes fucking crazy, starts murdering people. So I mean,
Carrie is overrated at number 10. I'm with you, small time.
I can see that for sure.
That's not S tier, man.
My controversial statement. I think Firestarter was better than Carrie.
It is.
That is controversial.
Yeah, okay.
I love Firestarter.
I agree with
Don't
John
get me
on
wrong,
that.
but
I agree with John.
Not as good.
I do think this one is definitely really high.
Although,
God, what is going on here?
Jesus.
Oh my
120
God.
Days of Sodom. What the hell,
this is
man?
more the Italian horror.
Okay. I think we need to question these Italians a little bit.
The Italian horror was some of the most graphic shit ever. Okay.
I don't need to throw up because they got some weird shit going on.
No, dude, like I said, that one movie started it and it got worse the longer it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a hard pass on this one.
Yeah,
there you go. Hard pass.
I think I can live without this.
I've never seen it. I don't know why I've never seen it.
I have.
I'm not a big body horror.
But this
fan.
next one,
this is S tier.
That's S tier.
Yes,
this should be number 1. I already looked at the list, so I know it's number 1. This one should be number 1.
This one should be number 1.
I have not looked at this list at all.
I can understand that argument. Yeah. Yes. I think Halloween should be number 1, but that's me.
This is based on the very first science fiction story.
Mm-hmm. Quit being weird, Europe, Matt says.
Yeah.
And this is probably on purpose for this list, but you guys realize all the names I put down, none of them are before 1935.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, like I told you, we had a renaissance between the 1920s and the 1940s, between that area.
The Universal monsters are universally, intended the pun, S tier movies. They are the template, the blueprint for how to make a proper monster movie.
Yeah,
Boris Karloff is awesome as the creature. He's fantastic. It's awesome. You got to see it.
So that's what oh shit.
Audition 1999.
Okay, this is like you thought some of the other shit in what was the one with Ronald McDowell? This is ultra
Is this
violent.
a Japanese horror movie?
It's ultra violent. It's an ultra violent feminist movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I've seen this shit. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Quit being weird, East Asia.
Bro gets fucked.
We're getting down to it. Night of the Living Dead. There it is.
S tier.
Yep.
S tier. Put it on your list.
S tier.
Night of the Living Dead, 1968.
Yeah.
One of the darkest movies you'll ever see. Well,
we're gonna have
mostly because it takes place at night. But anyway, go ahead. What's that, John?
I was gonna say you're gonna run into a lot of S tiers in these last few movies. So
no, I'm sure.
Yep.
Oh, really cool. You know what they used for the blood in this movie?
What's that?
Hershey's chocolate sauce.
No shit.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. That's cool. That would work for a black and white movie, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Okay. We've already talked about that one.
Yeah, we already talked about this.
Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby. I wouldn't call this S tier.
It's not S tier.
It's not S tier.
It's definitely A tier. It's a great movie.
If you can get past the director.
Yeah, if you get past the director, if you can separate the director from the art, yeah.
They're doing a prequel to this, and it's coming out.
Are they?
Yeah,
oh,
doing a prequel to this, and I'm just
this is kind of a cult movie. There's a cult involved.
I literally did a facepalm when they're like the prequel, the Rosemary's Baby, and I just facepalmed. I was just
Rosemary's Baby. It's just it's scary, man. It is because there's people that act like that. It's really strange, man. But it's a good flick. Next up. Jaws.
Tier.
You know what? Me. You know what? I've actually never watched this whole movie.
What? That is
I've never.
movie,
It's one of these things. I've seen so many different. I'm not going to say it's just like Scream, where I've seen I've obviously it's been on the TV a million times, but I've never watched it through.
Okay.
And
dude, this is one of your movies. This is one of your movies.
One of the ones. This is one of the ones you got to watch before next week.
This is one of your two movies.
This is why. Let me explain why. This is one you want to wait until you can catch it at a big screen.
You do.
Don't watch it at home.
I can understand that. Yes.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it on your TV. You want to go to the theater to watch this.
Yeah.
It's a completely different experience.
I think I told you the story about taking my daughter to the Robinson Film Center when it came, and we walked out, and she was like, "Yeah, that's totally different."
I saw it in the late '80s when was it Jaws: The Revenge? Is that when that one came out? But they had all of them.
The score alone is what I want to see. If you know what, I'd really love to see you go to those Harry Potter things you've been going to. John Williams did the score for this, and it's iconic, bro. And I mean, not just
I'll keep a lookout for it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I don't know how often they do that here in Virginia. But maybe that's what I'll wait for. I'll wait for because I'm doing Jurassic Park next year, and I know that's going to be amazing.
So one summer out here at Big Surf, they actually showed Jaws while everybody was swimming at Big Surf out here.
Damn. Wow.
It was the most awesome shit. And
I guess it got everybody out of the water, didn't it?
No, it didn't. But it scared the guys were scaring the girls the whole time. I was at this. It was fucking awesome.
Well, I tell you what, man. Some of the gore in this movie, at the time, it scared the shit out of all of us that went to the theater.
Oh yeah.
But you've been exposed to worse than that now, and it's not going to have the same impact on you. But dude, the first time we saw this on the theater screen. It scared the shit out of everybody. It really.
Well, I can tell you, I definitely didn't watch this as a kid because I lived by the beach. So,
right. Yeah.
I definitely wasn't going to watch this as a kid.
The first time.
If they would have followed their actual script when they made this, this wouldn't have been as good a movie.
No, you're talking about the book. If it had followed the book,
I'm not talking about the book. I'm talking about the original shooting script with the special effects they had. Because Bruce, which is the name of the shark, was such a problem that a lot of the scenes where you were supposed to see the shark, you never did because it wasn't working.
Yeah,
that plays into the whole thing. When you finally see him, in this scene right here, that's the first time you see him.
Yeah,
really. And wow, it's just amazing. Yeah,
the first time I got to see this was in 1978.
But you were supposed to see Bruce eat the girl at the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, you were.
Yep.
Yeah, but the whole point is it's scarier because you
can't see him. You don't know what he looks like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jaws definitely S tier.
S tier. S tier.
Psycho. You've seen it.
You've seen it.
Yeah. I understand this. This is the correct place for this movie, if you ask me. Yeah. They actually got this one right.
Yeah,
it needs to be up there.
Top 3. Yeah,
this is Alfred Hitchcock at the top of his game right here. I mean, some of his movies compare to it. I think Rear Window for me is probably the one.
Love that one. I love that one last year.
Psycho is my favorite one.
South by Southwest is kind of cool too.
Yeah, Vertigo's pretty good.
We've talked.
I did Vertigo.
Vertigo is awesome.
Yeah. Robert
Birds
Shaw
is
never
kinda
misses,
cool.
steals every movie. Yeah, he does. Even the Bond movie he was in, he was better than fucking Sean Connery in it.
And that's hard
From
to
Russia with
say.
Love.
That's hard to say too.
I know. Yeah, Psycho. We've talked about this a lot, so we'll go ahead and get past this one. And we've all seen it. So The Exorcist. Oh my God, yeah, I completely forgot about that movie. Yeah, that I think this is a good place for this one too.
Yeah, I would say it'd be.
I had to walk my brother home in the dark 2 blocks from my house. I was walking from my aunt's house to my own house with my brother when he was 8 years old when I watched this the first time.
Yeah.
And it scared the fuck out of me, man. I was 10 years old and I was scared to death.
I would actually put this about 6 or 7.
Yeah, well, you got to admit, this is a scary fucking movie. Right?
The first time, Joe, the
Yeah.
first time I saw this was in 1980 on the big screen.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because
that's cool. Psycho made me not shower for 2 weeks because I was too young when I first watched it. Yeah, when you see these horror movies when you're a kid, they scare the shit out of you, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But The Exorcist, have you ever seen it, Knock?
I don't know if I've seen this one. I think I probably saw I think there's one in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. It had several sequels.
Yeah, dude,
but none of them are near as good as
Yeah.
this. This is shot almost documentary style.
I can't remember if I've seen this one in particular.
Dude,
but I mean,
it came out with a new Exorcist movie about like 6 months ago too.
No,
that was the Russell Crowe one or whatever.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I know.
Part of the reason why I won't eat split pea soup is because of this movie.
Oh my God, yeah. Jesus Christ. The throw up
Yeah.
scene. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. The Exorcist got worse. If you know the psychology behind it and what really happens. Yeah. And this is supposed to be based on an actual true story.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's blown up because of Hollywood and everything, but it's supposed to be based on a true story. That's S tier. Put it on your list, buddy.
Okay.
And then number 1,
Okay.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is number 1.
No,
they fail. They fail.
There's better slasher movies out there than this. This has some good moments in it.
Yeah, it does.
But overall, it's not. It's probably not the best slasher movie. The best slasher movie of all time would be Psycho.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand the shit when everybody was ranting and raving about Texas Chainsaw, and I was like, dude, there's better movies out there than this.
This is borderline gore porn.
Yeah, it really is. It especially a couple of scenes when he's dragging him into the house and goes on to other shit. You know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This does not need to be at number 1.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
They definitely screwed it up. But that being said, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a good movie.
It's a good movie, but it doesn't.
If you're into horror movies, it's a good movie. But and a lot of people call it the original slasher movie. I'm with John. I think Halloween really is.
Yeah, Halloween's better than this.
Yeah,
Halloween's better than this. But Psycho technically is the first slasher movie.
Yeah, it is.
That's true because it was a butcher knife.
Psycho
that
should
got
be
that girl up in the shower, no doubt.
Yeah.
But,
I got a question for you guys. What is the very first Freddy Krueger movie?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's what I figured. Okay, so
from the 80s.
Is that S tier? Because I didn't see that on this list.
Yeah, how stupid is that?
Yeah, I know.
How stupid is that? They've got a couple of Wes Craven ones on there, but it's not. Yeah,
they didn't even put New Nightmare on there, which is the best.
It was on there. No,
oh, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, New Nightmare was on there.
Oh, okay,
but they didn't have the original. Yeah,
the original is better than New Nightmare. The original, the number 2, in my opinion, this is all my opinion, so take it however you want. Dream Warriors would be number 2,
and
then New Nightmare.
Yeah, so
Matt makes it. Hang on one second. Matt makes a really good point here. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like Last House on the Left and I Spit on Your Grave, not Top Shelf. Those are gore porn. That's what they are.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they
I
are.
have seen I Spit on Your Grave, the original.
That was what the new
You've
Evil
seen the
Dead
original
movie was.
Not
I've seen the original and the
one
remake.
from the
I've seen
70s?
both.
Okay.
I've seen both. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
then that's what you're getting with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hey John, what my stand-ins is New Nightmare, Dream Warriors. Wait, no.
So my main question is: do they deserve to be on? Does a Nightmare on Elm Street deserve to be on the list?
Yes, it does.
I would think so. That I would put a few other movies on that list. I'd have to think about it.
There's a bunch of other movies you can put on
there. But this
I'm gonna leave them off for now because I feel like that's going to be going down a rabbit hole. Because I'm sure there's Jason movies that need to go on that.
Yeah.
Jason
X, of course.
Jason, Jason.
Okay, look, we only got 5 minutes left. We only got 5 minutes left. So, give us your list. What did we give you?
So we got Phantom of the Opera, Dracula, Nosferatu, The Mummy. Remember, most of these are 1930s. So,
right. The originals.
Take that as you will. King Kong, Frankenstein, Night of the Living Dead, Jaws, which I'm guessing I'm waiting till a theater showing, and then The Exorcist. So we have 2 for me to watch tomorrow, or one tomorrow, one on Friday.
Okay, so 2 out of that whole list.
The rest will be next year.
I'm gonna
Frankenstein.
Yeah, I'd say Frankenstein.
Yeah, I'd say Frankenstein.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
And
I'm leaning towards not doing Night of the Living Dead because I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna watch the other one if I start on that.
I got you.
Dude, you're gonna go down a rabbit hole with that one. Yeah.
There's a bunch of George Romero's. Exorcist, I'd say Exorcist too.
Make it the Exorcist and Frankenstein.
Okay. Exorcist and Frankenstein, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Right. Yep. That sounds good to me. All right, boys and girls.
I might end up doing that King Kong though. I'll probably go ahead and do that. Probably not the next few days, but I'll probably just enjoy it.
Right. If you want to watch
I got to get back into the Godzilla ones. I got to get back on my list.
If you want to do that before the next show.
Once football season's over with.
Bro, just skip that Godzilla movie that doesn't exist. Yeah.
Right.
I told him to skip it, John. You know.
Okay.
You mean my favorite one? Okay.
When you get to King Kong versus Godzilla, watch this before you watch that one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've already gotten to that one.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've already seen the monkey suit and the Godzilla fighting. Yeah.
All
right. So, boys and girls, that is it for this week. We've only got about 2.5 minutes left. So I am just going to let you guys know that you can go to my channel. Vince is always putting up the links. So you know where my channel's at. You're watching me here now. Go to my homepage and you'll see all of this stuff. You'll see us next week again at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. It was fun talking Halloween movies with you guys. And definitely come back next week where we'll be showing you everything that's coming out in November. We always do that on the first day of the year. And we'll talk about some of the I don't know if there's any big ones coming out this weekend. I don't think there are.
I don't think
but
we'll need to figure out the genre for movies this month.
Right. But listen, here in a minute, I'm going to put the link in the chat for It's Only Talk and Roll. I want you guys to head over there as soon as you can and raid his channel. I'm going to go over there. John's going over there for this show. We're going to go talk some Sabaton. I'm ready to find out about this killer band I've been hearing about. And It's Only Talk and Roll in the future will come on right after my show every week. So you guys come check it out. Everything else, the only other things I want you to take a look at is go check out John at 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. Don't forget about that. They're going to be starting Fallout. So check that out. Mm-hmm. And then also I want to push Gary's show on Mondays. It's Military Monday, and I can't find the damn thumbnail for it. But that's okay. I don't need a thumbnail. I'll just tell you, 10 a.m., Pop Culture Minefield. Be over there to watch that. So for myself and Knock and John and Jed, I want you to have a happy Halloween. Have a safe Halloween. Check your kids' candy if you're going friggin'
please.
Trick-or-treating. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. Don't forget, hit the link in the chat I'm fixing to put in, okay? And you guys have a great night. We'll see you next time. Don't forget, if you like the small ones, the medium ones, or the large ones, don't forget, Titty Tuesday never ends.
Titties!
We'll see you next time, boys and girls. Peace.